Hello everyone, so today we're going to talk about the new Chrono class. It is called the Corrupted Chronomancer. Oh boy, so this is a special class. It's the first class to ever use the 6th slot, your skills. See how there's a 6th one for potions? It's going to finally start using this slot for the first time ever in a class that is part of its kit. Very cool, it's a new mechanic, I'm excited. Also, for the next year, they're going to release the class, and then the following years they'll release more miscellaneous items that will change the class itself. So maybe different hourglasses and corruptions. I'll explain those in a second. First off, let's talk about the class. It says it's going to rely on lucky enhancements, hybrid enhancements. Honestly, all this stuff is just basic stuff. I'm not going to say much about it until I have it in game for me to have a solid understanding, but we're going to go over each ability real quick. Auto attack, you auto attack, done. Okay, rank 1 now. We're going to talk about Sanriff. This is like any Chrono class, you stack your ability. It stacks up to 4 times and other abilities use it, so whatnot. It's 15 mana cost, 4-second cooldown, it hits up to 6 targets, it's melee range. Okay, there's that. Rank 2, Hourglass Inversion, this heals you, this uses up your stacks. That's all you need to know. 30 mana, 6-second cooldown, hits 4 targets, and it's full range. Okay, cool. Nice healing ability, and it's also AoE, so helps your allies. Rank 3, Corruption Through Time, this hits up to 6 targets, melee range, and this increases all the damage due by 20% for 10 seconds. It doesn't stack. Pretty simple. Rank 4 passive, dodge chance increased by 10%. Rank 4 passive, critical strike, hit chance, haste increased by 7%. Okay. Rank 5, this is your nuke. So this is similar, very similar to Chrono Dragonite especially, but the more stacks of Temporal Rift you have and the amount of damage you've done within the past 10 seconds, it's gonna do that much damage. So if you've done a lot of damage in the past 10 seconds with max stacks, you're gonna do a big damage. All you need to know. It's magical, 35 mana, cooldown's 20 seconds, which is insane. It's a good amount. It's like the cooldown's fairly low for a nuking ability. And then the rank 10 passive timesmith, starting from rank 1, you can equip Hourglass and Corruption as a consumable to enhance your other skills. This doesn't make sense to me because it says starting from rank 1, but you need rank 10 to get this, so unsure. But hourglasses, okay, there are 3 hourglasses. All these hourglasses will last up to 2 hours, so you equip this hourglass and you click on it, and boom, you have this effect for 2 hours. So here we go. Hourglass of Power, this just increases your stats more, so includes damage done, haste, critical chance, critical damage, hit chance, dodge chance, damage reduction. Cool. Your other one, Hourglass of Paradise. This one will reduce the amount of damage taken by 40%. You get a mana heal over time. You get increased haste by 30%. Your crit and crit damage are reduced by 50%. But yeah, that's all that one does. The last hourglass, this one, will apply a growing damage over time to you, and using it again will apply I can't say the word, ephemeral. For 5 seconds, this buffs your dodge and damage by 50%. And then using Hourglass Inversion while transient gives you incorporeal for 10 seconds, increase your health, haste by 50%. Removes transient ephemeral while transient and rifts apply flow. Increase damage, enemy damage taken by 15% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3. Okay. A lot to take in. I understand. It's a lot to take in. But hear me out. Let me make this simple. This one is very complex compared to all the other abilities. There's a lot going on here. But Hourglass of Power, you're with a team, you're using this new class, you're with a group of people, you click this baby, boom, you're doing some good damage. Next one, this one, you're on your own, you're soloing, well, you're gonna lose out on a bit of damage, but at least you can solo now. That's what this one is. Now this one, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. So it just depends on what else you're using with everything, but this one is more for PvP wise because your dodge and damage is going to be increased for quite a bit. And depending on how you want to use this, it's mostly for PvP purposes. And it just depends on what class you're against, so very interesting. Okay, now the corruptions. The first one, infinite corruption for the next 30 seconds. Your corrupted sand strike applies a damage over time that stacks 15 times and lasts 40 seconds. And also your hourglass inversion now applies a heal over time that lasts for 20 seconds and doesn't stack. So this is just dots. Damage over time and heal over time, that's all this is. So entropic corruption for the next 30 seconds, your corruption through time now reduces mana cost by 50%, haste 30%, also increased damage done by 100%, and increased damage taken by 150%. Also to aggro 6 enemies, forcing them to attack you for 3 seconds. Okay. This is your big boy damage too. You have this entropic corruption with the hourglass of power. Oh man, you're gonna be dealing some good damage. And then the last one, this applies Forcey for 150 seconds while using this, while hourglass is active, will apply Sear for 20 seconds. Now what this does is it applies focus, reduce damage taken by 80%, increase dodge, chance, haste, hit chance, critical strike damage, outgoing damage by 100% for 5 seconds. Oh my goodness. This is absurd too. So this seems, it's very hard to see how these classes will work without owning the class. But it looks like this class is turning out to have a bunch of different situations. This is looking to be, I see it as a PvP ability. I see the Forcey Corruption with the Hourglass of Transience as a PvP way, because it offers so much dodge, damage reduction, also a good amount of, you know, crit damage, your outgoing damage gets increased. There's a lot of stuff going on. The entropic corruption with the Hourglass of Power seems to be the best if you're with a group of people who can heal you up. You're allowed to just go berserk on the enemy, and that's how I see that. The infinite corruption seems to be your to me it looks like maybe farming wise, but I'm unsure. I need to see how it works in game, but because it does damage over time, it also heals you over time. It does all that based upon your 3 skill, and all your skills kind of stack upon each other, so I'm very curious to see how they work in game. Interesting class. Also, if I didn't explain this yet, the Hourglass, you equip them, you click the button, you unequip them, and then equip one of the corruptions in order to use them. So yeah, these Hourglasses last for 2 hours once again. Equip, click on them, make sure they're active, and then change to one of these other ones. Yeah, this is a very new class. Very interesting, very cool. I love what they're trying to do here. They're trying to be innovative, and they're finally using this 6th slot, which has not been used ever, except by people who use potions, but rarely people use potions in this game. This is a good change. I am excited to see what's in store for when it gets released inside the game, but for now, that's all I can say without trying it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This class is a bit complex at a little, but for the most part, it's still fairly simple. That's kind of contradicting myself, but it's mostly that one Hourglass that is very weird. This is the only one that's complex about the whole class, Hour Transient. The rest of the class is straightforward. There, that's a bit more specific. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys later. Peace.